What's going on, dudes? Jason here with some kill confirmed on bootleg. And this is a pretty unique gameplay because about a minute and a half into this gameplay, I'm going to get a care package that I then call in and get a Juggernaut. And I do not lose that Juggernaut the entire gameplay for some reason. These guys that I'm playing against just, I guess, don't know how to attack a Juggernaut. I'm going to give you guys a couple like tips or like some of my thoughts on a Juggernaut. I recently had a friend ask me why I don't run Juggernaut. Instead of, maybe like a Pavlo or an Osprey Gunner or whatever. But I never run those kill streaks. I never really run higher than a 9 kill streak. I like to run 5, 7, 9. But even lately, I've been running this 3, 4, 5 combo that I'm running in this game. UAV, Care Package, and Predator is a hugely underrated kill streak loadout because they all keep you in the action, really. Like a Predator, you're out of the action for maybe like 5 seconds while you call it in and shoot it down to the ground. But you get to call in the UAV, which helps your entire team out. Everybody on the team gets to see where some of the enemies are. Anybody that's not running Assassin. You get a care package which can drop anything from, a Predator missile all the way up to or a UAV, I should say, all the way up to an Osprey Gunner. So, you're going to get those lucky ones in there where you get like Pavlos and AC-130s and just amazing kill streaks. And then you get a Predator, which you can kill like 2, 3, 4 enemies at a time, and you just continue that cycle, and you don't have to worry about, it allows you to play more like run and gun, because you don't have to really worry about camping out for your helicopter or your Pavlo or your AH-6 Overwatch or whatever, it just lets you run around and be free, I guess. But, watch this right here. Look, I feel like I should have killed him there and there. Like, what the hell? How did I miss that guy twice after he was in Final Stand? But anyways, here I call in the UAV and the care package, and I'm about to get into the Juggernaut. So basically, when you have a Juggernaut, this is strictly for assault Juggernauts because you're very vulnerable. If you have a support Juggernaut, you can always pull out that riot shield as a security blanket. If you get, rushed on by like 3 guys, you can pull that riot shield out, back yourself into a corner, and protect yourself probably long enough for your teammates to get there and kill the other guys. But with an assault Juggernaut, if 2 or 3 guys run at you and throw flash right there, look how vulnerable I was for like 2 or 3 seconds. If there was 2 guys like just firing an entire clip at me for that time, I would have been pretty close to dead, if not dead. So if you figure 2 or 3 guys run at you, throw flashes and their grenades, and fire an entire, like 1 magazine into you, you're dead. It's just over. That's why I don't like to run Juggernauts, because if you're playing against people that know what they're doing, you're going to be dead within a matter of 30, 45 seconds. But luckily for me, I'm getting to play against guys that don't know what they're doing, and they just charge at me over and over and over again. And basically what I do with a Juggernaut is you want to stick on one area of the map, because these kids are going to run at you no matter what. They're not going to just totally avoid you, because for some reason when you get a Juggernaut, people always want to be the guy that killed you. And I have to be honest, I do the same thing. If an enemy gets a Juggernaut, I like to kind of sneak up behind the Juggernaut or stick him with Semtex. Like, I try to do, weird things like to the Juggernaut just to see if I can be the one that kills them. So I just stick to this one half of the map, keep my teammates spawning back here so that I know which way, or to keep my teammates spawning the other side so that I can be in their action the entire time. And, really, like I said, they're going to continuously run at you, so there's no need for you to move around the map, because what ends up happening with a Juggernaut is, since you move so slow, it might take you like 45 seconds to move to the other side of the map. And then once you get there, your team starts spawning around you, and then you have to move to the other side of the map because that's where the enemy is now. And I don't know, it just gets to be like stupid. You're just continuously moving the whole time, and you don't even get to see any enemies because your teammates continuously running past you because they can run so much faster than you. So basically, you just want to stick to a certain area of the map like you see me, and then the enemies will just continuously come at you. Like, look at this. They see me on the radar. They're trying to peek around corners. Like, I don't have 100 times, like 10 times more health than they do. Like, they're actually going to kill me. I don't know. I just feel like these guys are just totally ignorant when it comes to trying to take on a Juggernaut. But it worked out for me, got a pretty good gameplay out of it. And just keep those things in mind when you get Juggernauts, is, you don't really need to maneuver around the map as much as you might think, because those guys are just going to continuously come at you. But anyways, one thing I wanted to touch on here is this news that Robert Bowling has resigned from his position at Infinity Ward. There's been a couple different takes on it. Like, Rings of Redemption seems to think that there may be like an April Fool's joke coming up, and I honestly haven't totally ruled that out. He did finally change his Twitter like bio or information or whatever to say former creative strategist at Infinity Ward or whatever, but you know, that can easily be changed like in a week from now. I feel like the guy could be taking a vacation or something, and they're just making it seem like he's you know, like quitting or resigning or whatnot. But the timing just seems off to me. Like, for him to do this right now is just like, the content DLC just dropped for Xbox players that don't have Elite. It's coming up for PS3. We still have all of these content drops coming up for Modern Warfare 3. And it's not like these things aren't going to happen because he quit. Obviously they are. But like he's the guy that keeps everybody informed and tells everybody things about this. And to me, it's just weird timing. Like, Josh Olin, or JD2020 on Twitter, was the same exact position for Black Ops, and he did the same thing. Like, he resigned / quit, whatever, you know, but he did it right at the end of Black Ops. Like, Black Ops had like 1 more month before Modern Warfare 3 came out, and he announced that he was quitting, I believe. Don't quote me on that time frame. It might have been 1-2 months, but it was towards the end of the Black Ops life cycle, if you see what I'm saying. So to me, this is like right in the mid. Like, this is just like peak Modern Warfare time. The first content drop just came, and there's so much more to come with Modern Warfare 3 that I feel like it's just so bad timing. Like, even if it is true, it's just like, why would you do that, man? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he just gets frustrated with hearing all of the bullshit that we give him all the time. And I wanted to touch on that because I 100% agree with what Woody's Gamertag had to say, is that he feels sorry for this guy. Because this guy does not have the final say on anything to do with this game. Nothing. Like, he takes our input and gives it to his, you know, superiors, and then they decide what they want to do. It's not like he goes into the meeting and says, we need to do this, this, and this because this is what the most people are complaining about. He says, hey, most people are complaining about this, this, and this, and somebody else makes the decision. So he gets the heat because he's the guy that we're supposed to contact when we're frustrated with something, or when, like, if something is, like, if there's a glitch or flaw in the game, we're supposed to tell him about it. So, you know, obviously people are going to go to him when they have issues, and they're going to, like, think that it's his fault. But really, in reality, it's not. Like, let's say that there's 10 guys in a meeting. He's one guy. He has 10% of the voice in that meeting. He comes in there and says, hey, these guys don't want death streaks in this game anymore. We shouldn't have death streaks. We should take them out. And then somebody else in there says, man, I play this game every night. I die 10 times every game in a row. I want something to help me out. Like, so he gets balanced out by one guy, and there's still 8 more guys sitting there that have input. So it's not as easy as an argument for him to walk in there and just, you know, give them our thoughts and just be like, that should be it. End of story. That's just one quick example. I'm out of time with this gameplay here. Final score is 33-2. I hope you guys enjoyed the Juggernaut, and I'll talk to you guys later.